What is going on, YouTube? Just helping you out here. And in this video, I am going to be building the mission models contained in Bag 1 for the FLL Cargo Connect 2021-2022 game. Contained in these bags are the platooning trucks, and in order to successfully build those, you are going to need these two bags labeled number 1, as well as this unlabeled bag with green and black beams, and this unlabeled bag that has gray beams and black rods. Now, before I get started, I do want to apologize for any potential background noise and any blips in the lighting. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. Now, there are two platooning trucks that you need to build, so I'm just going to go ahead and build them both at the same time. And for the first step, you're going to need two of these black beams that are size 15. You know they're size 15 because they each have 15 holes. And you will also need 4 of these long tan pins. And now on each beam, what you're going to do is you're going to insert the short end of the pin on the back side of the beam in the first and the 5th holes. So right here and right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other one. So they both should look just like that. And now you will be needing these 2 gray H's and 4 of those long blue pins. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the gray H and insert it on the opposite side of those tan pins. So just like this. And then you're going to take the short side of these blue pins and insert them on the same side that you just inserted this gray H. One of them is going to go right here. So just directly next to that tan piece. And then you're going to skip one hole and insert the other one. So it should look like this. And I'm going to do that to the other one. So they both should look something like that. Now you'll be needing 2 of these black L's. And what you're going to do is you're going to insert them onto these 2 blue pins right here, just like this. Notice where this upright piece is over here, not over here, and notice that there is 1 hole on either side of this L left over. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it on the other one. Both your pieces should look like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of these black pieces and 2 of these blue pieces that are part pin and part axle. And what you're going to do with these is you're going to insert the axle part of it into 1 hole of the black piece. And then you're going to take this blue pin and you're going to insert it on the 3rd hole from the end, right here. And you want this black piece to be aligned with the end of this beam. It can rotate, but just keep it lined up for now. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And now both parts should look just like this. And now you're going to need 2 more of those size 15 black beams, and you're going to need 4 long tan pins. So on each of these, what you're going to do is you're going to put the black beam onto these 4 pins right here so that it aligns with this other black beam. So just like this. And then you're going to take the short end of these tan pins and insert them in the same holes that you inserted them on the other side. So the first one and the 5th one. So your part should be symmetric after you do that. And now I'm going to do it to the other one. So now both should look just like this. So now you're going to need 4 of those size 3 blue beams, 4 of those gray pins, and 8 of those black pins. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 black pins and insert them on the back side of the blue beam on the 2 end holes. So right here, and right here. And then you're going to take the gray pin and insert it in the middle hole on the front. Just like that, and you need to make 4 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So you should have 4 pieces that look like this. And now you're going to take the black pins of the pieces you just made and insert them on the 2nd and 4th holes of the end right here. So one right there, and one right there. So it should look like that, and I'm going to do that to the other one. So you should have 2 pieces that look like this. Now you are going to need 4 black pins, and you are going to insert them on either side right here, so one hole after this blue piece. So right there, and then right there, and then on the other one, same spot, right there, and right there. So they should look just like this. And now you are going to need 2 black L's and 2 of those long blue pins. And you're going to insert the long side of the L onto these 2 tan pins right here. And when you do that, you want to make sure that the upright of the L is at the end, not right here, but at the end. And then you're going to take the long end of the blue pin and you're going to insert it through the back of this top hole right here. So just like this, so that it goes through and is even on both sides. And now I'm going to do that to the other one. So both your pieces should look just like this. And now you will need 2 of these size 15 black beams, and you're going to need 2 of those gray pieces that have pin on them and then an axle hole in the top. And now what you're going to do is you're going to insert this pin right here into the end hole of this beam, so just like this. And then you're going to let this come down till it aligns with this L right here. And then you're going to take the pin part of these gray pieces and shove it through this beam and into that top hole in the L. Just like that. And now I'm going to do it to the other one. Alright, so both your pieces should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of those long tan pins and 2 of those gray pieces that have a long pin and a short axle. And now what you are going to do is you're going to insert the short end of this tan pin into this end hole right here. And then you're going to take the axle part of this gray piece and put it into this axle hole right here. Just like that, and now I'm going to do it to the other one. So, end hole, axle hole right here. And now both should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of those size 5 red beams, 2 of those long blue pins, and 4 of those pin caps. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the long end of this blue pin and push it through the end hole of this red beam till it goes to the other side. And then you're going to take 2 of those pin caps and stick them on either ends of this blue pin. So it should look like this, and I'm going to make the other one. So they both should look like that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to insert this tan pin into the second hole of these red T's that you just made. So just like this. And now I'm going to do it to the other one. So they both should look like that. And now you'll be needing 2 of these size 15 black beams. And each one is going to go along these 3 pins. The blue one here, the gray one here, and the tan one here. Get those all snapped in. And now I'm going to do that to the other one. And now both parts should look just like this. Now you'll be needing 2 of these black L's, and these are going to attach just like this onto these 3 pins. Just like that, and now I'm going to do it to the other one. And now both should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of these size 7 blue beams. And you are going to take each one and insert the end hole onto the black pin right here, such that it is upright like that. Now I'm going to do that to the other one. So both should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 4 of those black pins, 6 of those blue L's, and 2 of those size 5 gray axles. If you are unsure about the size of your axles, you can hold them up to a beam, and however many holes the axle spans, that's what size they are. So if I go ahead and just grab a beam real quick, if you look right here, that gray axle spans 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, so you know it's a size 5 axle. Okay, so what you need to do here is you need to take the axle and put it into the axle hole at the end of this L, and you want to put it through so that it's roughly even on either side. So just like that, and now what you want to do is take your other L's and put one on either side of that L. So I'll slide one onto this side, and then I'll slide the other one onto the other side, so that there's 3 lined up, and you have a little bit of axle on either side left over still. And then what you want to do is take a black pin and put it in this corner hole right here, and put another one on the other side. So the piece should look just like this, and I'm going to make the other one. Alright, so I now have 2 of these pieces. And now what you're going to do is you're going to insert them onto this upright blue piece that you have right here, where this black pin goes in the top hole and the short part of this L points in this direction. So just like this. And now I'm going to do it to the other one. So both should look just like this. And now you are going to need 2 of these size 7 blue beams, and you're going to put each one on these 2 black pins and this gray axle right here. So just like that, and now if we do it to the other one, both pieces should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of those blue bent beams, 2 of these black pieces that have an axle hole on the top and on the bottom, 2 of those size 7 yellow axles, and 2 of those size 5 gray axles. So now what you are going to do is you're going to take one of those yellow axles and insert it into the top axle hole of one of these black pieces. So just like this, and you want it to go just to the other side, but not any further. And now you're going to take this blue bent beam and you're going to put it on this axle as well, but you need to be aware of the orientation you put it on. So if you notice, this has a long side and a short side. You want the short side to go into the axle. And the other thing that you want is this black piece should be pointing this way, whereas this blue piece is pointing up. And now you're going to insert the size 5 axle into this top axle hole up here. Again, have it just go to the other side, but not any further. What I mean by that is just like this. And the finished part should look just like this. And now I'm going to make another one. Okay, so both parts should look just like this. And now what you want to do with those is you want to put the gray axle through these 3 holes right here, and you want to put the yellow axle through these bottom black holes right here. So just like this. And you want to push that all the way through. Again, make sure your axle did not come through on the other side. So it should look just like this, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Alright, so both should look just like this. Alright, so now you're going to be needing 2 of those black square pieces, 4 of those black pins, and 4 of those blue pins that have both pin and axle on them. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of those black squares and you're going to insert black pins on the 2 top holes, and then you're going to insert the pin part of the blue pieces into the bottom holes. So the part should look just like this, and I'm going to make another one. So they both should look just like that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to insert each one right in these 2 holes right here. So black one on top, blue one on bottom, just like that. And same thing for the other one. So they should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 2 of those bent blue beams and 2 of those black pieces with an axle hole on top and bottom. So now on each of these pieces, what you're going to do is you're going to insert this bent blue beam onto these 3 axles right here and this black pin right here. Just like that, and then you're going to take this black piece and you're going to insert it onto this yellow axle right here. Again, just make sure that this is facing this way, similar to this one. And now I'm going to do that to the other one. And both of them should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 8 of those black pieces with the axle hole on the top and bottom, and 8 of those blue pieces that are part pin and part axle. And what you need to do with these is insert the axle part of the blue piece into the bottom axle hole of each of these black pieces. So when you're done, they should all look like this. And now what you're going to do is you're going to insert the pin part of these blue pieces into these side beams on either side of the part you already made. So one's going to go toward the end here. You have your tan piece here. You want to have a 1-hole gap and then insert it on the 3rd hole. So right there. And then you want one on the other side. Again, 1-hole gap. So right here. And then you're going to put them in the exact same spots, just on the other side. And then the other thing that you want to do is just make sure that all of these axle holes right here are faced up. And it should look like that. Now I'm going to do that to the other one. And and they both should look just like this. And now you will be needing 8 of these blue pieces that are part axle and part pin, and what you're going to do is you're going to insert the axle part into the axle hole of all those parts that you just put in. So one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. Again, you just want to make sure that all of these blue pins are now faced upwards. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other one. And they both should look just like this. And now you will be needing 4 of these size 15 green beams. And what you are going to do with these is put them on the blue pins that you just inserted. So you're going to put them on just like this, so that on either end you have 2 holes. So you have the blue pin right here, and then 1, 2 holes, and then blue pin here, 1, 2 holes. And you want to do the same thing on both sides. Now I'm going to go ahead and do it to the other one. Both of those should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 4 of those black pins and 2 of those size 7 green beams. And now on each of these, you want to insert 1 black pin in these 2 end holes right here. So one right there, one right there. And then you're going to take that size 7 green beam and you're going to put it on those 2 pins. So just like that, and now I'm going to do it to the other one. And they both should look just like this. And now you'll be needing 4 of these blue pieces that are part axle and part pin, and you're going to insert them into these 2 black pieces right here. So the axle part goes right in there, and the axle part goes right in there. So just like that, and I'm going to do it to the other one. So they should look just like that. And now you will be needing 2 of these black rods. And you're going to take each of those and you're going to put one end into that blue pin right there. And then you're going to bend it around and stick it in the other blue pin. Just like that. And then on the other one, same thing. In one blue pin, bend around to the other blue pin. So now they both should look just like this. And now you will be needing 12 of those tires and 12 of those rims. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to place the rim inside the tire like that, and you need to do that for all 12. Now it's really important that you get these in here and they're not like half in, because then when you try to roll these trucks, they're not going to roll right. So just make sure that all the rims get into the tires the right way. So now those should look something like this. And now what you want to do with those is you want to place them on these 3 pins right here, this gray one and these 2 tan ones, And you also want this side of the rim, so the one with the 6 dots, not the little spokes, to be on the outside. So just like this. So you see all 3 of these have the 6 holes pointing outwards. And one thing you just want to make sure of is that all of them spin. And now if we do it on the other side, again, all spin. And now if we do it to the other one, all right, so that's good to go. And these are your final platoon trucks. And they should look just like this. Now, one thing that I do want to note is, although we are done building this set, there are still some extra pieces left over in bag 1, and that is completely normal. Typically, these Lego companies will include a couple extra pieces. Usually they're the smaller pieces since they are a lot easier to lose, and that way if you do happen to lose one, then you should have a spare and it won't be a big issue. So if we just take a quick look at my bag 1, in the bottom here, you'll notice we have a black pin, a gray pin, and one of those red pin caps. And then in the other bag 1, we have one of these little turquoise pieces. And what this actually is, it's a little tool to help you build. So you can use this end to pry pieces apart. You can use these 2 studs or the other side to like stick to a piece and try to pull it off real quick. And there's also this little piece right here that's an axle. So this is helpful if you want to push a pin out of a beam, or if you have an axle that's stuck in something and you want to push the axle out. So I would highly recommend using this tool while you're building the mission models in case you make a mistake and you need to get pieces apart. All right, so here we have our 2 completed platooning trucks, and those are the models that are contained in bag 1. So that's about it for this build video. Feel free to check out all our other Lego videos in the playlist in the top left corner. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment if you have any questions or an idea for a future video. And lastly, please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about my channel so I can grow and help more of you guys out. I'm just helping you out. See you in the next video.